So apparently I almost forgot to tell you about my base test today. It's day number 10. Yesterday I didn't have one because I was at the pool and didn't wear makeup. But earlier today I did show you how I tweaked my Luminous Silk shade with the blue foundation mixer and my lightening product from Mecca Max. So this one is from LA Girl, just to sort of tweak the color. Now the color I have is wrong. If you want to see a video, go a couple of videos back and I will talk more about it, but I'm wearing that on half my face. So Luminous Silk, what I'm comparing that to is my current favorite concealer. This is the Natasha Denona, what is it called? High Glam Concealer in the shade N4. It's a beautiful shade on me and it wears really, really, really well. I actually have footage of me doing a wear test of this all over my face and I haven't edited it yet and I don't know if I can be bothered, but I've got that all over my face. It blends really nicely. It applies like a nice coverage foundation. Of course you can tweak the coverage, but because it blends out really sort of nicely, and I have actually tried other concealers since that you put it on, you try to blend it out and it sort of looks like patchy. This just blends really nicely. So if you want more coverage, build up in areas. So yeah, I'm actually testing to see if foundation or concealer wears better today. And I might do a flash test, because if this is problematic and the color is annoying me, to the wedding, I'm just going to wear my concealer because I bloody love this concealer. So that's what we're testing today. It is already at like 3 hours wear. At the moment, I think this is looking a bit dewier. But otherwise nothing is breaking down. My chin, I actually didn't put much product on today. I forgot. But everything is sort of wearing quite nicely. But I'll show you the products I used. Okay, for the base, I used my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I think that's a lovely primer. It works really nicely. One side, obviously, Luminous Silk mixed with LA Girl Mixing Pigment and the Mecca Max Life Proof Liquid Lightener. So that's one side of the face. The other side, and I also use this under my eyes and around my nose on this side. So I use this as my concealer as well. The other side is just this applied over the base and then a little bit more under the eyes and around the nose. And then I set it with, quite lightly actually, with my Sigma Soft Focus Setting Powder in Vanilla Bean. That's what I'm wearing today. That's what I'm testing. Is foundation going to look better, or is just concealer going to be the winner? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? I'll check back later. I'm literally shocked. So it is 7 hours where I didn't have much on my chin today. I didn't actually have much on my nose. Everything is wearing really well. So this is the Luminous Silk side that's been tweaked. This is the concealer side. They're both wearing really well. Not emphasizing any skin anything. Except for this, it needs to be touched up. Again, like, that's so easy to do. Everything's wearing like makeup used to wear on me back in the day. This is so good. So for the wedding, I could totally go tweaked Luminous Silk with a hydrating base or the concealer. And either would work. Probably what I'll do is Armani with the concealer and then bring the concealer for touch-ups. But this is no setting spray. It's no irritating my eyelids. I'm very happy. I will probably to the wedding wear setting spray, but I'm so tempted. There's part of it just like, once I use up all my foundations, just buy this concealer. And it's cheaper than this, wears just as well, looks as good if not better, and I just find it more consistent as well. I'm happy. And I've got the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude eyeshadow palette on. Having a good makeup day. Yay. All right, 11 hours wear, and besides the fact that I've got a hormonal breakout here, both sides are looking really good. So the Luminous Silk modified color looking good. Again, chin has worn off. That would be an easy touch up. It's looking good. There's a little bit of rubbing off, but I think that's from my fringe. It's fine. Nothing is breaking down too crazy, just a little bit oiliness, but I could totally blot that, powder that, no problem. And then the Natasha Denona concealer side is holding up really well as well, not breaking down. Again, not really breaking down too much around the nose. There's some wearing. Again, I think that's my kids sort of just rubbing on me, which is fine. What I would do to touch either side up, again, I'll probably blot around the nose and on the chin. Put a bit of concealer, tap it on, powder that. We're all good. So both sides are doing really well. I'm very happy with both sides. So 11 hours, we're doing well. I'm going to try to replicate probably this at the wedding this weekend. I might put a bit of finishing spray, setting spray just to lock it in, but this is good. This is the best I've had for a while. I think the last time I had a base looking this good was when I just used the concealer, because this concealer, it's magic. I love it. All right, base test day number 11. I know what I'm doing for the wedding tomorrow, so this is just sort of everyday curiosity. Today, what I'm doing is I'm using this foundation. So I'm going to pan this in, L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. Love this foundation, but I'm wearing that with no concealer, and I am applying the Vitamin Enriched Face Base by Bobbi Brown on one side of the face, and as a primer on the other side is the Dermalogica Hydra Blur Primer. So this one does sort of blur pores a little bit better than this one, like pores, slightly less pores, like it actually does blur a little bit better. I'm just wondering if that sort of slight silicone-y feel has an impact on how it wears. So that's what we're testing today. I've set it with my Sigma powder. I don't actually have that with me at the moment, and I've got a kid that's about to drop my expensive camera, so I'm not going to go get it, but you've seen it in past videos. So 2 primers. We're doing a battle of the Dermalogica Hydra Blur versus Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Underneath this foundation, no concealer, lightly set, and we'll see how it wears. This is definitely looking a little bit more matte and blurred. Like, it's not matte, but it's looking, there's a bit of glow to it, but this has a lot more glow. They feel both pretty set, so they feel quite the same, but there's more shine and more sort of, look, I've got some breakouts here, so ignore that, but more sort of diffused effect with a Dermalogica. Look, so slightly different look. All right, this is about the 8-hour check-in. I'm just about to have a shower with my son. But I want to also say my eyeshadow, having no primer on, it's actually wearing fairly well. There's not much creasing. But in terms of the wear test today, I'm going to say the Bobbi Brown one seems to be fading off a little bit patchier. And this tends to be, so the Dermalogica Hydra Blur Primer, it tends to be fading off in a smoother way. They both sort of have the same amount of makeup. Ignore my chin, I've been like rubbing it. Same amount of makeup that stayed on, but this just looks a little bit more blurred, and this looks a little bit patchier. Might be the foundation I'm wearing it with, that's a thing, but I quite like this effect. I like it. Like, that looks smoother, and this one does look like you can see pores a little bit more. So if you like a hydrating base with a pore smoothing element, Dermalogica is very nice. So there we go, I approve. All right, wedding makeup. I thought I'd just show you before we head off. Wearing blue nail polish. It's a new oily one that I picked up. It's not new, but I bought it recently. And I can show you the makeup I'm wearing, and I'll also show you the makeup that I'm going to take with me for touch-ups if need be. So let's do it. All right, ignore my baby going through my drawers. So 2 primers. I used the Bobbi Brown all over the face, and then I used this one in certain areas that are a bit pore-ish. I used Armani foundation, my Natasha Denona concealer, which I'm taking with me. I also set it, powder, Sigma. This is the Soft Focus Setting Powder. I like that one. I set it with this. Now, I have been testing the Urban Decay one, but I know this is a lot more heavy duty, and it's sort of like hairspray. So this is what I'm using today. Bronzer, I use the Kaleidos. This is that sort of rosy brown blush, because it's quite natural for me, Pearl Bliss. I use the Bobbi Brown highlighter powder in Sunset Glow as a blush. So that's it there, and also a bit of highlighter. This is Fort de France by NARS. I also used my Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. I primed it with the Natasha Denona eyeshadow base, Milk Makeup mascara. I put some half lashes on. So these are demi-wisp, or they're just wispies, and I cut them in half. I'm actually going to take the little duo lash glue that comes with it and bring it with me in case anything happens. Brows, I just did Ka-Brow, and I set it with an M Cosmetics clear brow gel. Eyeliner, this is just the waterline, so the Colourpop one I'm panning, and gel liner for top lines. That's Dip Brow Fluid Line by MAC. And then this is a lash glue I used. I didn't actually open up the duo one because I can keep that fresh. And this is the Shimera lipstick I use. It's very similar to Yaz Red. So it's M Matte Red 144, but I'm going to take Yaz Red because that's already in my handbag, but I thought I'll put this on just for demo. So yeah, used a lot of stuff. All right, for touch-ups, I'm bringing my concealer. This is going to be like everything, my everything, base, everything. I'm going to bring a powder. I'm going to bring this one that I'm using. I thought I had a mini, but I can't find it. That's coming with me, as well as a little brush. If my base turns to crap and I need to put a sort of cheek product on, this is sort of highlighter blush in one, so I'll bring that. Mascara, pencil liner in case, again, something goes wrong with my liner, my lashes come off, duo, and then touch up brows with the micro pencil, and then my lip product that's already in my handbag. So that's what I'm bringing. All right, these are some other things I'm bringing. So different lipsticks. So I've got a red and I got a nude in case I want to swap it around. Lip balm, my perfume. This is my CK2. Lip gloss, just a nude lip gloss. Hand cream, lip clip, and hair tie. Sunglasses, mints, and mirror. So that's all going in this bag. Actually this bag, but you get it. Makeup. All right, base test essentially, I think it's day number 11. So I did have the wedding on the weekend and my base did wear fairly well. I did have wearing down around my nose, my chin, and then where my fringe was out, so I was rubbing here. So I did have to touch it up with my Natasha Denona concealer, but it was fine. It looked good all evening. What I'm testing today, so I still have like this collection of base products that I can't wear properly. So what I'm going to do is not every day, obviously, maybe a couple times a week, I'm going to do a base test and I'm going to try to like declutter my base collection. I might do like foundation versus foundation, BB cream versus BB cream, and see which one's better and whittle down my collection, because right now my collection frustrates me. What is currently frustrating me the most are my like mattifying setting powders. Now I do have one by Laura Mercier that I'm trying to pan. This is like the translucent universal one, Invisible Loose Setting Powder in Universal. This, if I use it to set my base, it just looks so dry and annoying. So today on one side, I've actually put it under my foundation, a la Wayne Goss style, to see how it wears. So this is sort of setting my skincare effectively. I put on my skincare, I put on my sunscreen, left it for a bit, came back with this, dusted on half my face, put on my foundation, my concealer, set it with a different powder because this one just dries everything out. And then I'm going to see how they wear. All right, so obviously I use this as a base on one side. I used my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I'm having issues with this because anything wet like a finishing spray or something tends to break this down, but it's nearly finished, so I want to keep going and use that up. Kat Von D concealer that I'm panning. I'm also going to put this in my project pan next check-in, and I set it with my Sigma Soft Focus Vanilla Setting Powder. So that's what I'm wearing today, and we'll see if this as a base makes much of a difference. All right, how did foundation wear with the loose setting powder underneath my base? No different. I do have all these really random small breakouts. I actually think it's from the Huda setting spray that I used at the wedding. Like, that stuff does set your base, but my theory is it's very bad for your skin. So I think I'm actually getting a reaction from that, but it's starting to clear up, so I'm not worried about it. I just think I might throw out that setting spray because firstly, it's very old. Secondly, obviously, not great for my skin. So I've got like all these dots and these issues. When I first put the powder on under my base, I noticed that this side did actually adhere a lot better than this side. But throughout the day, I feel like this side's looking a little bit better. So of course it might be my skin, but there's wearing off around my nose, This looks a lot smoother. This is not too bad. It's this area. Look, it's hard to tell. I don't think there's an obvious difference is what I'm saying. Besides how it adheres to the skin, it's the initial application. I don't think powder under your base, for me anyway, makes a big difference. I feel like maybe here it's lasting a bit better than there. So maybe slightly. I might need to revisit this test when I don't have these sort of weird breakouts, because I feel like that's skewing things. I might also try it with a different foundation, because this foundation has been a bit finicky on me lately, so it's nearly done, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't know. The only reason why I would entertain this is because if this doesn't work, that finishing powder is going, because it's too dry and makes my base look like powdery and white and not nice. So it's either being thrown out or I'm finding a way to use it. So I might try this again in a few days when this is cleared up with a different base. That's what I might do.